All right.
Hello.
Episode 1 of Samchoon podcast.
Let's go.
My name is Arlo. All my pronouns are they, she, he, whatever pronoun floats your boat. I'm okay with. And my zodiac signs, I'm a Sun Scorpio, a Sag Moon, and a Taurus rising.
How do you even get that information?
You need to know what time you were born on your
And where
birth
you were
certificate, where you were born.
Come
Suinn,
on,
we'll get
Suinn.
to that. We'll
Yeah,
get to
we'll
that.
do it soon.
Okay,
Who do I
so
even ask that to?
your mom? Do you not have you don't
So
have your birth
uncomfortable.
certificate?
What a
That's why it comes up.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll go next because Suinn obviously won't know. Hi, my name is Yoomi. My pronouns are they, them. I'm originally from San Antonio, Texas. And my big three is Aries, Sun, Capricorn, Moon, Scorpio rising.
All right, so your turn.
Okay.
You're
my
next,
name
you're
is
next.
my name is Suinn. My pronouns are she, they, or literally whatever you want to use. And I only know that my zodiac sign is a Libra.
Nice. Nice.
Couldn't
Good to
tell
know.
you where it rises and where it. What I don't know.
Where it rises.
I don't know when I was born. Sorry, it wasn't part of the package.
It's okay. Well, you know what? I will ask your mom and then be like, hey.
Probably, she'd be happy probably to answer you. She'd be like, "Oh my god, this is so nice." My mom is like obsessed with Arlo.
Where
I
was
love
Suinn
that.
born and what time? It's very important.
It's very like classic Asian parent to be like excited about other people's kids.
It's
I mean,
true.
you're not wrong.
It's so
Not
true.
wrong.
Obsessive. Obsessive is how I would put it.
Always checking in. Always
Yeah.
checking in.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But anyways,
So I guess we'll go into a little bit about like who we are, what we do, just to introduce to the people,
just a silly gaggle of queer people.
gaggle of gays, you know.
We
I
should
think
have.
we qualify as a gaggle, right?
I think
Don't
three
make me
or
Google
more.
it.
I
Right?
think we
Okay.
hit the
Okay.
minimum.
We're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
because we're not a couple.
No,
No, we're
a gaggle.
unless
I like
we're
a gaggle.
A
A
gaggle
gaggle
of
of
gays.
gays.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of alliteration.
yeah.
that's
I think it
also
rolls
good.
off the tongue. But
Well,
anyways, yeah.
we can establish that all three of us are Korean. I think that brings it kind of all together
Yeah.
and then explains kind of our name, right? Samchoon, which Samchoon is even the incorrect pronunciation or the dialectical.
Yeah, which is
pronunciation.
something we didn't learn until we were coming up with the name.
Google
We
it.
were like, that's how you say it. And then we like looked up the spelling and we were like,
No, this
we've
is
been
not
saying
it.
this wrong our whole lives.
I
And
blame our parents.
love this.
Which is like kind of a crazy, but it's like that's what you hear is
Yeah.
Samchoon.
Right,
So
yeah.
I feel like I was a little shocked, but that's fine.
I think it also just goes to show that, like, being Korean American, we are both Korean and American, but we also have, like, our own dialect and our own views of, like, everything, which I think makes it really unique. And it's kind of hard for people who are from Korea to understand where we're coming from. And
Yeah.
people who are, like, only American. You know, it's kind of funny. Like, it's like, I
Yeah.
feel like it's like a full circle moment in a way.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
It
saying
is
it wrong
funny.
this
It's
whole
also just
time.
like this whole time, and we're like thinking of trying to come up with witty things. And this whole time, we've just been like wrong.
But wrong in a great way because it made this podcast name.
true.
Exactly. Wrong. I feel like accidentally genius is probably how I would like to live my life for the rest of time.
100%. And
I
then, like,
feel
you know,
like-
like their
Effortlessly.
traditional three, like in the Korean, like three, like
Yeah.
doing, not like
The obsession of like three sun or stars with Samsung, all that jazz. You know,
I think we struck gold.
we did.
Product
By
placement is in our future.
Yes, we'll
I'm
take
just saying.
phones. We'll take
the gays out.
TVs.
Listen, it's episode 1,
Laptops.
and we're digging for an
Yeah,
ad.
I mean these like mics, headphones,
Yeah.
laptops, just
All
like you said,
Samsung.
any
Yeah.
and all we will take.
and
Bringing it back, we're all three
Yeah, yeah.
Korean.
Oh, yeah.
We're all queer in some respect, and then we all identify a little bit more on the masculine side of gender expression. So that's our defining characteristics as a trio, and then we all are connected to each other because of our Samchoon PD.
oh my god,
Stands
yeah.
more for like podcast. I just happen to
Oh.
PC.
Yeah, but like low key is Like,
Yeah,
this
you
whole
are a
thing
producer.
is, like,
We'll-
coordinated by
We'll
you.
give it to
So
you. Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of fitting.
uh,
Yeah. We should
I
start
mean,
with
I
okay.
think that
We should start with like where Arlo met the two of us and how we met as a
Yeah,
trio.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
How did you meet Yumi first?
so born and raised in Tennessee, then moved to Texas, San Antonio for like right before freshman year of high school. And I'm a sports gay, so started playing sports. And in, I don't know why we all hung out in the locker room, but
'Cause
that
that's
was
where
all
sports
the
gays hang
athletes.
out.
I mean,
Oh.
that's where the sports gay hung out. And, we were hanging out in the locker room. And in passing, I was like, wow, you're Asian. You kind of look Korean. Are you Korean? And then we were clicked. And then we're like, oh my God, it's like that Spider-Man moment. It's like, you're a Korean gay? You're a Korean gay? Oh my God. Well,
Mind
we
you,
didn't know we were
Arlo didn't know is
gay.
Yeah, no, I knew. I was
Gay.
super
I
in
mean,
the closet. I've known since I was 3, so like
I mean,
I knew I was. We didn't.
Ditto.
I had suspicions about Arlo, but I did not bring that up to anybody.
I mean, did I have a boyfriend in high school? That's irrelevant. But the point is that,
Iconic.
we were both definitely knew each other were gay. We both played sports. We hung out a lot. And I think that started like our friendship. And like as the years have gone on, being both Korean American and from the South, we just like, related a lot to each other. And I moved to New Jersey. And Yumi also moved up to the Northeast in New York City. And
Jersey.
in my journey of being in New Jersey, I met Suinn in nursing school, and that was also another Spider-Man moment. We're like, hey, wait, you, gay, Korean, American?
We like definitely made eye contact during orientation.
across
We
the
were like-
room.
Like, yeah, it's just like, and then like it's like like baseball, the way they send like signals, is like,
I was like, that person is Asian. And also has short hair and is really short like I am.
and then like I just want to also say, if it didn't tell, like we had to like stand up in our orientation and be like, why do you want to be a nurse? And obviously I'm just a raging homo, so I was like, I want to do it because visibility is really important, especially in healthcare. And if that wasn't a ring-a-ding-ding for
I don't
Suinn
know.
to
I
be
don't
like,
remember what I said, actually.
I don't remember either.
I
because
probably
was
said
also-
something really like annoying or like depressed, like I don't know, like I'm already a medic and I need to make more money, so I'm coming to nursing.
Hey,
like
I
something
mean,
really
honesty.
jaded.
Truly,
I dig it.
truly, though, honesty is the best policy because most nurses, I feel like, are.
Well, everybody in nursing school is like, I, just really want to help people. I've always been attuned to caring and helping, and I just like really want to do my part. Or they like were patients and they had really great nurses and they want to like do the same thing. For me, I was like, I don't know, like I'm pretty good at this already, so like I just need like more money. I'm kind of poor and nursing pays more. So I was like, actually just like financially I'm struggling and this is the next step.
Not to generalize, but that's
I
also
was
kind of
like-
like a very Korean approach to like
Yeah.
your career and jobs in our culture as Korean Americans. I feel like that's a very much like we've definitely heard our parents say, you need to go into medicine or a lawyer,
They're like, you need something
Make money.
stable.
yeah, engineering.
Yeah.
make good money.
Yeah.
My mom's always like that. If you
Not
want
that
to
you make good money, but you're making it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're working
Like
hard for
I'm
it.
not gonna be jobless.
Yeah.
You know? So stability. But that's probably what I said. I don't know. I remember you saying like something like visibility. Also, you were dressed really nice. And I was like, wow, I should have put more effort into what I was wearing.
But you're going into a job that like you are only wearing scrubs.
Yeah, I
every
think I was
day.
literally just wearing like a t-shirt and maybe some sweats.
I don't remember exactly
I don't
what
know.
I was wearing, but I would probably say I was wearing either a button down or
Yes.
a polo
Yeah.
and like not nice slacks, but
No, and
Yeah,
your
kind
hair
of
was like,
slack.
and your hair was like done.
yes.
Like you had wax in your hair. It was like you had like a pretty fresh undercut.
Mm.
And
I do
was over
I do
here
love my
looking,
barber. Go to my barber
greasy and
every time a
gross.
big thing comes up.
Yeah, I think I was just like not. I don't know. I wasn't prepared. I didn't know I didn't know it was gonna be that big, and I was like, where am I?
They just made it seem like it was such a big deal, so you just had to. I don't know. I was like, I don't want to be like underdressed. My logic is always overdressed than underdressed. So that's just me.
Which is
But-
probably a good policy that I should abide by. And
Don't worry, I abide by like it's like business casual, right?
yeah. I didn't wear a tie.
This is true.
I would have worn my daily uniform to work, which is usually a pair of khakis and a t-shirt. Mm-hmm. Some
And
masculine.
I will say though that when we first met, that our teacher got us confused.
Oh my gosh. So many times.
She like we well she didn't I don't know if she got us confused, but she definitely like we were in a lab together because we were actually in the same section because our last names are close together. Mm-hmm. And our professor was like, okay, like this group, like you 6 come over here. And she was like, okay, ladies. And then she like turns around and looks at me and Arlo and is like, and gentlemen. And we're standing next to each other. We're like,
I'm like, thank you. And it was also like, I'd just gotten my top surgery done. So I was like, oh my God, thank you. I do have a flat chest.
and I think I wasn't really paying attention all that much, but Arlo was like, oh yeah, she can't tell. Like,
100% could not tell. Like, you could give her $100 and be like, who is who? She'd be like,
and bless her heart.
Bless
that
her
she
heart.
was just like,
she tried.
ladies. Okay, well, let's get started. And it was just like the quickest little blurb.
Brush it on the rug.
That was so funny because she just like was so confused because it's like a majority of women were in our class.
Yeah, it's nursing.
What are the chances that 2 masculine presenting like queer Asians are in the same class? Which is like, it never occurred to me before. Like, I feel like I've always been the only,
the token.
yeah, of like, I don't know, I don't want to, it's like of our kind. Sounds like bad, but like,
It's very you people.
yeah,
Yeah.
who present like us. And I don't know how to say that. We have to come up with like a word or like a phrase, a catch-all or an acronym. I don't know. But I feel like it was like really, it's really rare to find, and rare in the sense that like quite literally the 3 of us are the only Korean American like masks that I've ever met in person.
Yeah.
That not only like, I think I've met people who are like in the stages of getting there, but I think you 2 are the first 2 that I've met who are like,
Solid.
sounds so bad, fully formed.
I think it's more like comfortability. Like, we are okay not being within like our cultural norms and like
Right.
our
Yeah.
social norms. And we've kind of like progressed in our journey of like one gender identity and like whether it be sexual orientation or like who we are as people. I think like we've kind of like gotten to where we want to be because it's like it's not linear, right? It's all like wherever people want to be, that's where they are. And so I think we've gotten to a place where we are comfortable in who we are. So in a way we are fully formed, but that's just
We're
because
also in our 30s. I feel like just like
Yeah.
time alone
Right,
really
right.
helped get us there because there's probably so many more people that are similar to where we were in our like early
Yeah.
teens. or
And not to
early
say that
20s.
everyone's timeline isn't different. I've
Yeah.
met people who are older than me, like much older than me, who are still like
Finding
really
their journey.
struggling with their identities. And I think I'm just lucky. Somehow I've managed, like, you 2 are the only other 2 I've met and like actually interacted with. But that might just because I'm an introvert, but like
I know you I
Like-
like pull you out of your shell in school.
like Arlo really had to be like, hey, like, do you want to hang out and study together? And I
Yeah.
had to be like,
Arlo is really good at that. I will say that even as also an extroverted person, Arlo is really good at reaching out and like being intentional. I would also just say like being from Texas, I'm so used to being like the one of one or something. Even after meeting Arlo and then going off to college, in college I was kind of on one of one again. It's so easy to meet other maybe like butch or masculine people in college, but it was never like any other out Asian people of the
Yeah.
same gender expression or similar gender expression. And even moving up to the East Coast in New York City and now somewhere in Jersey, it's like
It's still hard.
it's
to
so
find.
so hard.
It's really rare, I feel.
And I didn't grow up with a lot of Asian people. Like Arlo knows, San Antonio is like, we had Korean churches. I went to one specifically, and then like, but like I
probably
never
had
saw,
to.
saw those people. You know? Yeah.
You were like, guys, this is the only place we can get rice.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what it was. But even up here, it's like
Yeah.
there's tons of queer people and there's tons of Asian people, but
They're never in the same.
the cross section,
Intersectionality
yeah,
doesn't
the
exist.
intersection is very, very rare.
Oh my god, this is now a conversation about intersectionality. Wow. We are queer.
Oh my gosh, we're those gays.
Yeah. But I think that
yeah.
like segues great into like why we think that this is really important and why it's like why we're doing this because
Yeah, we're just not.
I know
We're not just a bunch of masks again with
like
with microphones.
We're not.
we're also, you know, like we're more mass presenting, but we also
We're
don't
like, well, if everyone gets a microphone, we get a microphone.
Everyone
Sorry.
gets
Exactly.
No,
Sorry,
but it's
keep
like-
going, Arlo.
Yeah, like I think visibility is really important because before I was getting my top surgery, it was really difficult to find people who were Asian, just not even Korean, because finding someone Korean was insanely difficult for me. But like any Asian getting top surgery, what is that like? And then most of the people, this is also a very generalization of when I was getting my top surgery, but like most of the people that I saw getting top surgery were like trans men. And that's like, yes, we're getting the same surgery, but I am also not like taking testosterone. Like I don't, like that's not like my goal. Like I want to be comfortable in my body, but that's not where I want to be. So it's like, I couldn't find anyone that kind of had like the
Had
same
done it before you, or had a
Yeah.
similar experience to
Right.
you, or a similar body type
Exactly.
too. Like we
Yeah.
don't really cover. Like if you go on social media and you look at the people who are getting top surgery, even the people who are like cis women who are getting top surgery are often not people of color or
Yeah.
are and I think like just Asian culture in general isn't gonna have people
It's not,
are
like,
just
on
so
display.
private. Yeah.
Yeah.
And which is like, to be fair, like for us too, like when we had our top surgeries, because I had top surgery also after I met you, neither of us like posted about our journeys or were like, this is what it's like to be Asian or Korean, and
Right.
this is how my top surgery went. Like, we're not social media people. We're still really private people, but like but we were the ones looking at videos being like, well, who's out there? And it's like nobody's doing that, and like
Yeah.
we're also like continuing to do that, but it's hard to like see yourself or know that it's a possibility, because it wasn't until I met Arlo where I was like, oh, Arlo got top surgery, maybe I could get top surgery. And then like 2 years later I got top surgery.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, this is a thing that can happen?
I was like, whoa, how'd it go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did fine? There wasn't that much money?
And it's also like, you know, finding a surgeon, like it is like a procedure. It's a huge procedure in a way. And so it's like the comfort of knowing someone directly, having gone through the process and like going through that surgeon, I think it's
Yeah.
like in a way like a very intimate process. And so like it's nice to be able to have like that network of people that you trust and that you kind of like see yourself in, like in their foot, in their shoes, in their feet.
In their foot.
In the boobs that they removed, in the
Yeah.
invisible bra.
But yeah, so I think it's just really important for us, and I think that's the reason why all three of us feel really compelled for this project and feel the importance of sharing our voices.
Yeah,
100%.
we
Not to
want to
get
know
sappy, but
where
yeah.
the other like Korean American, Asian American masks are. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I think it would be nice to build like a community where like you see yourself or you feel like you're not alone. And I feel like a lot of the time I felt like I think each of us has had this experience where we feel like we're like doing something really novel. Like you walk into a Korean restaurant and the ajumas are like,
It's like, Joshi?
Yeah,
Like,
so
not?
that's when
And then
like
you open your mouth, and then they're like, "Oh, like it's a girl."
yeah. Which is like that
You know.
moment reminds me of like also like I think being Korean specifically lends to some like shared experiences where we can build empathy for each other because like that same moment I also remember, thank God Korean is mostly like a gender neutral language
So,
because then they're
yeah.
just gonna be like, "This one name, like welcome
Right, there are
customer."
other names to cover it, which is also why
Right.
it was really hard for us to come up with a name for this podcast because we just felt like we don't fit. There's no like gender neutral name
Yeah.
term.
Yeah.
And there's like I've had this conversation with other people too, and I've had this conversation too with my wife, who we had this conversation with my parents actually, which was like if you are calling like a pet name to your partner, like chagia is gender neutral. But you don't get
Yabo.
that privilege. Yabo, you don't get that privilege until you get married because like yabo you don't get to use until you're married. And like that was something I didn't really know about. And then my dad was like, "Oh yeah, like that can go either way. It actually doesn't matter, but you don't like get that privilege
I love that.
until you've sealed the deal."
I love that gender neutralness is like almost like a privileged thing in our language, at least.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I
Right.
think that's really interesting. I think it also is a reminder that so many other non-Western languages tend to be gender neutral, especially when it comes to like more respectful terms, like 선생님 for like teachers or experts of their fields, like doctors and
Right.
academics. It's like
And they
everybody's
do like
called by their
literal
jobs.
like what like hube or sunbe is like has nothing to do with your gender, but just has everything to do with your
age.
hierarchy and your
Yeah.
age. Yeah.
What grade of
think
school
goes
are
to
you in?
Yeah, which I feel like is pretty in line with like Korean culture, how like
Yeah.
your status is very dependent on your occupation and where you are in that journey.
Your age.
Your
Because, like,
age,
that.
yeah.
Like they don't want to. You never want to like discredit someone who's like who has their PhD or is like a medical doctor. Like those terms are like really worked hard for and like oddly Korean like culture values
Yeah.
hard work in that way.
It's
So
the,
they're like,
it's
"Can't
the
discredit
close. It's like the close pet names or nicknames. Like
Yeah.
it's the informal relationships that have gender.
So much hierarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
like-
that
And
goes
gender
into
hierarchy.
Korean culture too, because it's like you don't really bring like your partners around until it's like, oh, I'm gonna marry this person. Like,
Right.
might want to get to know my parents.
The
Like,
stereotype
what
I
I'm
get from Korean dramas and then the way Korean Americans date, it's like very much like you're never gonna know I'm in a relationship until you get my wedding invite.
Yeah.
Or if you weren't invited to the wedding, you're gonna see it when we post about we're married.
That's kind of
Exactly.
true though. I do feel like that a
It's
lot.
so private, which
Yeah.
It's
I'm
really
like
private.
slightly a fan of, and like sometimes I'm like it's not that deep.
It has good sides and it has
Yeah.
bad sides.
As
And I
one of the
feel
people
like-
that hasn't dated like formally, so
yeah,
that's a thing,
It's
too.
tough, but it's also like your interpersonal relationships, like how you address your friends too is gendered. Like I said earlier, like informal stuff. Like if we were in Korea, how would I like acknowledge you guys? Like I wouldn't say 언니 because that's like weird.
You know what's so
You know?
interesting? I have a friend, they moved to Korea to teach English and they're non-binary and they're younger than me. And so it's always like almost at an individual level because a lot of the friends that are masculine and younger, they all just are like hyung. It's just so easy. It rolls off the tongue. It feels really gender affirming to me to be called hyung. I love that. I feel like I would never ask a woman that's younger than me to call me oppa. That sounds so cringe.
Yeah.
It's a wild thing.
That
to
feels
say.
very like because of the way it's been fetishized by so many
Yes.
different
Oh,
people.
yeah, that might be
and
it. That might be it.
sexualized. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
I don't. We can just be
Because
friends. We're
I
like,
feel like
we just be
Korean
friends.
men are like, that's right, and you're like, I'm like, no.
But like
But-
it's men who are like, yeah,
Right.
that's right. But it's like, no, let's back it up a little bit.
I did make up a word. I don't know how often it's used in Korea actually, but I was like, I'm okay if like a woman was to call me like onpa, which is like 언니 for the first like vowel, and then
If you like mix it,
for
yeah.
oppa. Yeah, because I feel like that's like the
Yeah.
only combination that like doesn't feel awkward.
Yeah,
but also
oppa feels
doesn't.
like a daddy kind of thing. It's like
Yeah,
I don't really want to
because
use
that's how they
that
use it.
out
That's how
loud.
men use it. So
Yeah. I don't
oddly
know.
then.
I feel like I'm not because I've never been an onni. Like I've never like I have sisters, but
But you're
I've also
among
like
them.
not even comfortable calling them onni. Like I like so American that like I don't even like my after a certain age my mom was like you should really like start calling them onni. And I was like that's crazy. You're going to tell me to do that now
Now?
when I'm like in my
20 years too late, Mom.
Wait,
I was
she
like,
wanted you to do
that's a
that
habit.
now, not when you guys were like
After-
10?
After my oldest sister got married, she was like, you should really call her Unni. Like, you should really, like, give. I think, and it's partially, like, kind of like a title because she's, like, married and she's, like, she's different status. And I think, like,
Yeah.
I kind of get that because I have to also, like, call my brother in law, like, you know, with a different.
Oh yeah, what is it? I
Can't
forget.
remember. But like my brother-in-law has to have a title too, so it's like
And he calls
he
you
gets
something.
one and she gets one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
But,
because
yeah.
Korean culture really shies away from addressing people by their name.
Right.
That's also the thing too, right? Like
Cuz that's like personal. That's like you don't call people by their names unless
you're like same age friends. Like it's only
Right,
reserved for
right.
people that are of the same status level as you, which is so weird to have in a friendship. I feel like that's also really weird.
there are a lot more barriers to friendship like for Korean people than it is for us, which is also weird cuz I feel like in a queer world there's not everyone is so open. We've like so thrown out the playbook that like it like actually doesn't matter. So I think like wrapping my head around having rules is a lot harder, which is also something I think like I don't know how it is in Korea, but I know that like here we feel like we are free to do literally whatever. And who we're friends with and
yeah.
who we've created as our like own personal chosen families is like a different it's so much more open. Like how you talk to each other, what you call each other, those things are like can be at literally anything. And like especially for people who are trans or non-binary, like whatever your chosen name is, like that's what we're gonna respect rather than like putting a label attached to you, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I would
That
say
doesn't really exist in Korea.
that's true. And I would to circle back to like not having like sisters, I only have a younger brother and he never called me Nuna growing up. I look back on it now, I'm like, if he ever called me that, I think I would have gagged. Like, I hate it. And like, my grandma always is kind of like, when she talks to him about me, she'll refer to me as like, oh, your Nuna's doing this or whatever, like, be grateful for your Nuna. And I'm like, oh, but I do have cousins. I have a few cousins that do speak Korean, and growing up, and still to this day, they've referred to me as Unni, which is, I don't hate it. It's obviously not like the super gender affirming thing for me, but like because I've known them for my entire life and they've always referred to me as that, it's just two of them. I'm okay with them calling me that, but I feel like if I meet new women that are younger than me that might be Korean, I would probably tell them like, hey, don't call me that. Like you don't have to call me that. I know in Korea, like you were talking about barriers to friendship, like you can't just call a new friend your onni. Like they actually like expect you to maybe
to
start with like
ask.
yeah, you have
Yeah.
Or
to
like
ask.
you
Be
have to
"Hey,
be
is
like,
it-
oh, like can I call you?
yeah, is it cool if I call you onni now?"
You
Like
know.
they have to take their time. They're like build their way up to it. And I feel like probably for men it's similar. Like guys are like, "Wait, what do you mean you're talking to me like I'm your hyung? Like I'm not there yet."
Yeah.
I'm hoping that guys don't have that barrier, but I know it's kind of like an awkward conversation to be having with another
Yeah.
person. Be like, hey, I want to be your friend. Can I call you Onni?
And I don't know, like I feel like even here, and we might be like outliers, but like I know that for me personally, I don't like for pronouns. I really could care less what pronoun. Like I think I say she they because I think it's like easy. Like once you hear my voice, it's easily identifiable. But like if I am at work and a lot of people based off of the uniform I'm wearing will be like, "Hi, sir," and I turn around and I have to be like, "Hi," and it's like weird. But like I don't really care. Like I've had people be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and I'm like, "It's actually fine. I really don't care." And if I'm like giving a masculine vibe today, then that's fine. You tell me. But
Yeah.
like, I don't think a lot of people are as free about their pronouns because they're not comfortable with it, which is totally fine. But I feel like I find because I don't care enough or mind enough that like I think wrapping my head around, I guess like having like a gendered nickname would be like kind of tough
Yeah.
Yeah.
or feels very
because
foreign.
the three of us lie in like kind of like an ambiguous place with our gender. Like it's not one or the other. It gets like kind of tricky, but at the same time, going back to like we are comfortable in our journey and comfortable in like where we are and who we are as people, that it doesn't affect us. Obviously, when like people can be really malicious and like trying to instigate and like be like really mean and condescending, that's like very different than like someone just like being, "Oh, sir," and then be like, "Oh, it doesn't really matter to me, like I could care less."
Yeah. I think too, like our families, like our parents struggle a lot. Like I think when I first came out and I was like, "I'm gay," they were like, and they had to like rechange their whole mindset. But then they were like able to categorize me into a box that was like easy and like somewhat public, like public knowledge. Like they understood what that meant. They knew people who were gay, so they were like, okay, like it's gonna be not a great life, but like I can understand that. And then like come around to like me cutting my hair, and then when things get more ambiguous, they were like,
What's
"But
going
why?"
on here?
They were like, "But why?" And it's like I don't know,
Yeah.
because like it feels right, and I think like I do feel bad because there isn't. Korean culture is a little bit more behind as far as like
Yeah.
queer terminology goes and like how the spectrum works for your gender identity. So I feel like there is there's a mistranslation in how our parents view our like ambiguity. Because for us in America, we have terms for it. Like we have non-binary, we have like what's it called? We have like every other version of a spectrum for our gender identity. Whereas like in Korea that terminology barely exists for your sexual orientation, let alone
Gender
your
identity.
Gender
Yeah.
identity. So it's
It's
like
just the
hard for them to
Korean
understand.
pronunciation of the American word because they're like, this is a borrowed word. This is some like American shit. This
Yeah.
isn't
Yeah,
Korean.
Yeah.
And
This
it's
is a
like
Confucian of you.
not- There's no like in between.
Yeah.
And like there are trans people in Korea, but they are trans.
Yeah.
And I think the number of like non-binary people in Korea is probably like
0.5 per.
I
10
don't even know
million
if the
people.
terminology is there yet. So
Yeah. It's like
for
the
them
people
it's like
exist.
confusing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people exist, but like there's just no terms for it.
Yeah.
But I think also like with our parents, it's like I think not just our parents, but like any parents, it's kind of quote unquote tough because when you have a kid, you envision this specific life for them. You envision like their career, how they're going to be as toddlers, teenagers, young adults,
When they get
adults,
married.
what their wedding is going to look like. They have this whole like plan already thought of, and then when we come in and be like, "Psych, we're
Psych."
gay, non-binary, what's up?"
And you thought I was done. Just kidding.
keep throwing curveballs, but it's really tough for them, given that like Korean culture is very rigid in a way,
Yeah.
where it's like this is the way, like the Mandalorian, like this is the way, they like can't deviate from that, and.
Yeah.
Look, the three of us, like, we're really throwing a wrench in their plans. And
Yeah,
I
and
think
plus
it
they're
just-
never like around it too, right? Like
Yeah.
we researched it. We're looking up things. Our
Well,
parents
that's
are
true.
watching K
When we
dramas
were
and trot
arguably in
music.
high school, this didn't exist. Like when at least I
terminology
think we
didn't
can all
exist.
agree with us. Like maybe
Thank God for Tumblr and YouTube.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you're saving my life.
Tumblr was like literally the way I was like, gay people exist, lesbians exist. And I think until like, I don't even know, maybe until after college. It had to be after college, maybe even COVID. I was like, gender identity. I was like, what? Because I feel like COVID is when people really started talking about their gender identity, specifically like cis women who were masculine, but who didn't feel like they were trans men. And I feel like there was a greater conversation about the in-between a little bit. And I feel like then I was like, oh, I get it.
Like,
now.
this feels
Yeah.
better. Like, this
Yeah.
feels like a nicer way of, like,
Yeah, like there is a
identifying myself.
term for how I'm feeling. When you
Right.
feel like even like in the lesbian community, you can still feel displaced. Like you can still be a cis woman, but feel not part of it.
100%.
guess.
There's
And
so many different pockets of identity. And I like that. Like, being able to say there's different pockets, there's different combinations of things, and there's people that represent so many different layers and identities, and you can be more than one thing at the same time. I feel like that's also a major reason why us three doing this podcast will be interesting, because, you know, we'll have topics like, do I still identify as a lesbian even though I'm a trans non-binary person? Like, do I feel safe to, like, not safe, but like, am I welcomed in those spaces that are lesbian spaces? Or like, my pronouns, I really prefer they them, because I don't mind being misgendered as like he him, but being referred to as she sometimes really takes me out of my day. Not because I don't feel like I'm not in tune with like my feminine identity or like my upbringing. It's just more like, that's not who I vibe with. And I love that I was raised as a girl, because that informs so much of how I move through the world. But like, it's not me, right? Or I haven't had top surgery and I still use the women's restroom, but like, those words are just like reminders of
Right.
like how the world sees my body, and I'm just like,
Ugh.
gross. Why are you looking at
Like,
me?
oh, this is like, first of all, don't perceive me.
Yeah,
Whatever you do, don't look at me.
I might
don't
be
think
outside,
about me.
but I'm invisible.
Like, yeah, and everybody feels like it's very much just like how you feel about it. And everything else is just people respecting your business.
And like, it's none of their business. Like, if I don't know
Facts.
you, if you don't know my name, I don't interact with you personally, like, I don't need to divulge my personal information
My
about
30 plus years of like soul searching.
Listen to the podcast if you
Yeah.
want to know.
like, if you're so
But
inquired,
otherwise,
like, and so
get out.
inquisitive about it.
If you want to know what happened in the bathroom, I can tell you what I ate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can
If
tell
you're
you how
really
I
that
sit,
Yeah.
clean the toilet lid.
Yeah.
No, and I
flushed.
feel like this, our whole, like, when we came up to with, like, what we wanted to be called, or, like, this podcast, it was, like, really important to us, like, that it feels good for all three of us.
Yeah.
Because we all, even though we all present very similarly, and we have a very similar background, we're still, in the way we identify, is kind of drastically different, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
all three of us identify differently, feel differently about our pronouns and what we're called. And so finding a name that fit the three of us was, like, kind of hard.
Yeah.
We went through so many iterations of, like, Nuna or Hyung or, like, you know, really anything that was, like, brother or, like,
Yeah.
sister in masculine term or, like, and none of them felt really right for us. But Samchoon is kind of like a really fun, silly. We also feel like a little on the older side of the LGBTQ community, I think. Like,
We're the elders. We're becoming
we're a
the
little more
elders.
developed. So I feel like we're not developed, but we're just like, we've been through it already.
Our frontal lobe is developed at least.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly.
Yeah.
And so, like, I feel like Samchoon was like a good, and we're uncles in our own respect. Like, we have nieces or nephews, or we have pets, or we have, you know, whatever family members or cousins. And so, like, it just felt like a really good,
It fit really well. I like how you said it. It's very playful too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in Korean culture, everybody grew up with maybe one wacky older cousin or older uncle
Older
that was
uncle,
just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a perpetual bachelor and kind of like the family's like, ugh, this bish, like this idiot. And you know, sometimes there's levity that we should be able to share, and I think that's also it too. Is like I think Samchoon always kind of bring like levity to family situations. There's a little bit of like cluelessness that they get away with, but that's fun. And I feel like in my Korean family, it all feels so serious sometimes, and it feels so dramatic, and you're just like, bro, I'm just here for the barbecue. Like,
Yeah.
You're like, Mom said she'd pack me 2 pounds of kimchi for me to go home with, and I really want it. So
I didn't
I'm
help
here.
at
Why I'm
all. I watched
bring-
her
Bring the soju.
in the ice.
I'd be like elbows deep in kimchi juice.
I recently, only like a few months ago, helped my mom start making kimchi again, and I was like, oh god, this is hard.
Hard labor.
That's-
Hard
yeah.
labor. It's like really, also, no matter what clothes you wear
Oh,
and how many
God.
aprons or gloves you wear, it doesn't matter. You're going to get kimchi like all
All
over your
over
body.
you,
But anyways,
everywhere.
Yeah.
we can have that. That could be a whole episode. So.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could.
But I feel like, and I think that this podcast would be fun in the sense that, like, there are a lot of things that we talked about when the three of us first met together. We had never had a conversation with anybody else ever.
Yeah.
Like our haircuts, how we dress, how we find clothes, how we, like, navigate through the world. What bathroom do we use? What, like, what do you do when you go to jjimjilbang? Like, what do you do at restaurants? Or, like, these are like really little things that like I've never met anybody else who's had a similar experience. And I feel like there's gotta be people out there who are
Yeah.
also
Sure.
like confused
There's-
and annoyed.
Yeah,
Or, like,
there's some
just
comfort.
have things to say. Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's
that
comfort in
comfort of-
knowing that like we all struggled to find a barber, or that we all struggle to find like
the
anyone who-
haircut that works the
yeah,
best.
or that isn't like trying to like put sort of like what white people might see as a standard, even like separately. Like we have very different hair from the white community and from the
Yeah.
black community, like from Latinos. Like we have different hair, we have a different skin. You know, my eczema community.
Yeah.
Where are we? Like,
Here, right here.
I mean, that was also a big thing for my top surgery. I was like, I see a lot of like white content creators, and their scars look so different than mine.
so different.
And so it's like, do I really want to do this? Like, it brought up a lot, but that's like another topic. But
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
I
so
think,
many
like,
things we're going to be
it's
able to
just-
yap about
Yeah, for sure.
and commiserate
We love a
about.
yap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
And it's
just
like a
think that-
first yap for us too.
Yes, this
Like
is the
even
first
for
one.
us, this is like
New information.
yeah, like we're still like having first experiences, like, which is why we came up with this. Because when we first met, we were like, whoa, like I feel like there are other people who should be included in this conversation, like not just the three of us. And we could have easily just like been our own people, our own group that gets together once in a while to get dinner together. But I feel like all three of us were like, oh, like this might be worthwhile actually finding other people in our community
For sure.
or sharing if it's helpful. I don't know. Or maybe we're the ones getting help. Like maybe people will be helping us.
Yeah.
The three of us, this is all we need.
We invite a therapist to be like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with us? We sign
If
away
you
our
know-
HIPAA rights.
If you know how to hem pants or make clothes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hit the
How to find
comments, like
how to talk to your tailor so that they don't mess it up.
right. So those are like all, I feel like it'll be a good experience for the three of us.
Yeah, no, for
Hopefully people
sure.
like it.
I'm super excited about this because I just think that even though we haven't met anyone else in our same predicament, I think
We're
that,
like literally the three
Predicament?
of us are it.
well, I guess it's okay, not a predicament, but the situation that we in is just like it's so niche, but it's not in a way.
Yeah.
I know.
It
And-
feels niche, and we're
Yeah.
getting to really grow out of that feeling and be like, no, we're not tokens. We're
No.
Yeah.
there's
And
so
Yoomi
much.
and Yoomi and I are in the K-pop community.
Yes,
True.
100%.
And the fact that like I haven't come
once.
across more people who look like us is kind of crazy.
They're all BTS army. I'm gonna say that right now. Apparently, J-Hope has all the lesbians in a chokehold. Supposedly, that's what I hear on the internet.
We might get canceled for that.
No, I don't think we're gonna get canceled.
BTS's name in vain.
Yeah. Hey, it is not bad that he has a bunch of lesbian fans.
That's true. This is true.
I am a little confused, but like we could dissect that later.
We can work through this on that podcast. But
We'll
yeah,
have
it's
a
wild.
K-pop episode.
For sure.
Yeah.
Don't threaten me with the good time.
I mean, it's gonna come up. You know, it's part of our culture.
You'll catch me and Yoomi in the movie theater in a month at Twice's movie premiere.
I'm about to be in South Korea, bro.
Oh yeah, it's
wow.
their anniversary.
Yeah, their anniversary.
They always do a
film,
concert or whatever.
the fan meeting. Just grabbed my tickets.
Suinn, I think you have to go too. I think I have to go. I
wish.
think all three of us have to go just
Oh my
to
god.
experience. We'll just like hold the mic and talk to people. We're like, so.
What do you think
gay?
about queer people?
Can you imagine? We'd get arrested
Gay?
in Korea if we were
Gay?
like, "Are you gay? Are you gay?"
We're
They'd be
harassing
like, "These creepers on the street are looking for people." Oh my
They're
God, that'd be
asking
really bad.
really private questions.
Yeah.
And I don't feel comfortable. No, oh my god.
Well, but to be fair, we don't have the language skills to pull that off.
No.
It would have to be only English speaking Korean.
I want to be very
Yeah.
clear. We don't have any type of language ability to pull off a street interview in
Just use
Korea.
Google Translate. Gay? Hold
the
on,
new
talking to this,
AirPod
talking to
Pros,
this.
like the translate in ear.
Oh, yeah.
I can get around the subways and I can ask
Be
for
like,
food things, but
Can you
that's
put
about
this
it.
in your
Yeah.
ears? And they'd be like, literally, get away from me.
I'm not touching that. I don't know where it's been.
And they'd be like, dirty Americans. That's really gross.
We really believe Koreans just have such a poor, like, idea of what Korean Americans are, or what Americans are.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, I think part of it is deserved.
Oh, 100%. But they deserve some of it too. They deserve some of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely goes both ways. Definitely goes both ways.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're really excited for this.
Yeah.
Hopefully people actually watch this.
If not, or listen to it in the car, but like,
Yeah.
if not, screw you.
It's not made for you. If you want to listen, great. If you don't,
You don't have to. What are you
no one
doing
is
here?
forcing you to do anything.
We're like, if you look like us, listen.
If you feel like us, come through.
Do it.
If you want to understand us, also listen. Like if
What a
you
loving thing
like if
for
you
you to
just
do.
don't know anything about, I don't know, non-binary people, queer people, Asian people.
Korean
feel like-
people.
Yeah. And there are like plenty of I feel like what's really cool is that there are a lot of podcasts that are like Asian women or people who are just Asian American, which is kind of cool. But for like again, we don't see us in any of the media that we're consuming. So it just feels important that we're like trying to do this even
We're
though we
putting our
all
lives on the line.
all of us are like, well, we got mics, so we
Here
did
go.
it.
Who let us get mics and headphones?
Gave us permission for this.
We found out how easy it is for other people to get the equipment, and we said, let's go.
We were
Let's
like,
do
that's
it.
all it takes.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
I have a couple dollars.
Yeah.
We'll pull it
LFG.
all together.
This
No,
is
but I feel like
amazing.
if people have like questions or anything like that, they could also send
Yeah.
us an email or any topics they want to see us or listen to us discuss. And the
Tell us
emails-
your alt bias.
Yeah. Share any kind of views that you want to.
Are you a Yoomi? Are you a Suinn? Or are you an Arlo?
I actually really meant their K-pop bias, but also their bias for our podcast.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Listen.
That's actually really funny, and
Yeah.
maybe that'll be the moment we know we made it when somebody messages us. I'm a Yumi bias.
I see myself more as an Arlo, but sometimes I feel like a Yoomi. So, I mean, listen. I feel like it'll be really fun either way.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we're gonna be more present on Instagram at Samchoon Podcast is gonna be our handle, and for emails it'll be podcast@gmail.com, and then they'll be in the description below. And until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and stay unapologetically you.
Oh my god, did you plan that?
Maybe.
What?
That's why there are PD.
Yumi and I really are just here for the ride.
Yeah, we're just here to provide color and commentary.
No, like actually. Like I don't even know my
We'll work on your astrology.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
See, Arlo didn't even have to ask. Arlo know like Suinn is struggling with that right now.
All right. Well, it's been great chatting with y'all. Until next time.
Which will be sooner than the time it took us to do this.
Yes, for sure.
This is very true.
All right. Until next time.
Peace out.